The Blue Frontier campaign is dedicated to the protection, exploration, and restoration of America's living seas. On November 5, 2003, Blue Frontier held its founding dinner, a celebration of the sea, in Washington, D.C. Among our guest speakers was Roger Burkowitz, CEO of Legal Seafoods.
There are extremists on both ends. The extremists in the fishing community will say, the fish are coming back, the quotas are working, there isn't a problem. The extremists on the other end will say, cut out fishing altogether. That's the only solution. And, and I'm trying to kind of weigh this and seeing, the benefits that are out there that are lost. And to me, the answer is really somewhat in the middle. I find this fact absolutely incredulous, that the government spends 1/1000 on ocean exploration that they do on NASA. Now that is an incredible statistic, because many of us are thinking or trying to push things through on conjecture without having the actual science in front of us.
Our next speaker was Democratic Representative Sam Farr of California.
And I thought, every revolution starts in some room. Somebody sitting around saying we ought to create a revolution. Well, you're going to create the revolution, and David, you did it. It's the seaweed revolution. It's got a better name. It's called the Blue Frontier Campaign. But it's a grassroots ability to get people all on the same message, to get them to go and research who these legislators are, every single senator, every single member of the House of Representatives. Remember, a lot of the people on these committees don't have any oceans. They don't give a damn. George and I were at a conference that the Aspen Institute sponsored, and in that conference on environmental issues was Dick Lugar. Dick Lugar's from an interior state. We pointed out that all the waters of the ocean started in his district. And by the end of we were talking about it, and when Pew came and rolled out their report here in Washington, and we had a bipartisan, bicameral press conference, who led the press conference on the needs for a national ocean policy? Dick Lugar. So the point is that we've got to get to every single member of Congress. But you have got to be the political legs that gets this message out to everybody in America. If we fail, we have missed this incredible political opportunity, and it won't come back as it is right now. The table is set. The time is here. Let's begin the revolution. Thank you very much.
Republican Representative Wayne Gilchrest of Maryland.
From making the oceans a priority is the nature of planet Earth and the recognition that human infrastructure must be compatible with nature's infrastructure. There's at least a minimum of 13 different committees that deal with oceans issues. It is fragmented across the board. We don't have an ocean policy, and we need an ocean policy. And Sam and George and a number of other people have been working on that. Admiral Watkins with the Ocean Commission is working at it. The Pew Commission is working at that. The Pew and Ocean Commissions has done a great favor to us so we can deal with the Magnuson Act. But what we need to do in Washington, in Congress, in the House, is have a standing committee that deals with all of the ocean issues.
Longtime consumer advocate Ralph Nader.
And so here's what we need to do. We need to establish an international regime where oceans have legal standing. We need to encourage our artists and literary people to convey a sense of animism about the oceans. The oceans have no real voice as oceans, and we need to give them real voice as oceans, as seas, not just as proxies through our advocacy. Nature, once abused, can take it. Nature has a huge absorptive capacity for abuse because it's so powerfully reconstituting. And because the oceans are so large, the oceans can take a massive amount of abuse. But there's a limit. Nature, abused beyond a certain point, turns on its abusers with a fury. A fury.
Blue Frontier Campaign President David Helvarg.
I mean, I used to live in a cliff house 60 feet above the Pacific, and it would shake in the winter. And that rocking, I never slept better in my life. It's like your mother's heartbeat. I mean, our bodies are 71% salt water, just like our planet, and our blood's exactly as salty as the sea. This is the connection we all have. We all come out of salt water, both on an individual and evolutionary basis. And if we can't love and respect and explore and protect that final frontier, if we can't return to it and return it in as good or better shape to future generations, then we will not have, and nor will we deserve, the respect of those who will come in the future, who will look back and say, how could you let it go? The coral heart of the planet, the living seas, the diversity. We talk about how they could kill off the buffaloes, and yet we're doing that today in 95%, literally. It's 71% of our surface, it's 95% of this planet's living space. If we weren't all air breathers and terrestrial and had that bias, obviously we wouldn't call it Earth, we'd call it ocean, planet ocean, because that's what it is. From space, it's beautiful blue marble. And I think the people here tonight understand that and represent that surge, that force that's going to turn it around. And I appreciate all of you coming out, all of you being part of this seaweed rebellion that we're trying to foment. And I hope you enjoy your coffee, your key lime pie, and keep the party going for now and for years to come. Thank you.